I guess, decides to take up the fight again and goes looking for new crystals for her lightsabers. And so she goes at first to Ilum to find kyber crystals, and then that's overrun by the Empire. So she's shit out of luck there. And then I guess there's I don't know if you want to call it a divergence in the Force. So like she hears kyber crystals calling to her or something like that, like a song. And then she goes...
Sort of, yeah.
Yes, and that's where she finds the Inquisitor and realizes that it's the kyber crystals within his lightsaber that are the ones calling to her. And so she winds up killing him, taking those crystals, and then purifying them into what becomes her white kyber crystals.
Right.
I'm going to interrupt real quick. For those that don't know, Yadi's playing Warzone right now. He's not listening. I'm just kidding. I
was actually listening. Now I forgot what he said because you talked to me.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I was about to say, damn, got called out.
I can see it on our Discord chat. It says that he's playing Warzone 2.0. Just kidding. He's not. He's not.
You know what? Actually, you know what I was thinking of is that he said a word that sounded like a virgin, and I was like, did he say a virgin, or what did he say? And I just kept thinking of that. So, if anybody has heard it, then just comment down below because that's what I heard.
All right, Justin. A moment of silence for Kevin Conroy. All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Nerd Archive podcast, the podcast about everything nerdy. So if you're a nerd, welcome. If you're not a nerd, you're about to be. So let's get going.
This podcast is for everybody.
It's for everybody and nobody at the same time.
Yeah.
Yo, Chris Yob is in the chat.
Hell yes.
And I am assuming that under the No New Friends podcast, name is Scott. So,
oh, there you go.
That he paused season 2 of Love Is Blind.
Just for us?
Thank you. Just for us?
You should.
Thank you very much. All right. Well, we had, right before we got on, we had nothing to talk about. So when we just decided, and we are going to go with, Yadi's going to take the floor because he is going to tell us his experience with Warzone 2.0 that just dropped. So tell me what you think of this game, dude.
It's definitely an improvement from before. However, there's still a lot of work to fix because it's really buggy. It's really like they added a feature where it has proximity chat, and you know, you can hear enemies and whatnot. You can't tell when you're near an enemy because not that you hear him, but it's actually starts lagging. And you could definitely tell there's something trying to connect.
There's someone close.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's fun though because you can hear them, talk to them while you kill them. You know.
That's fun because usually you can hear them after you kill them, but
right.
The trash talk has gotten a lot better. So I know that this used to be a thing with Halo.
Like you can talk to your enemies.
Yeah. So now it's like when they say some sleek shit, you can respond back, which is great.
Yeah, it is a thing in other games. I think Rush has it in other games like that, like kind of open world and whatnot. But yeah, like the other thing too, it's like when you, well, first of all, when I try to play the game, I thought it was at 9 a.m. So I was like, great. I start at 10:30, so I can work. I can play an hour at least, before starting the game. So I started streaming the game. I was like, Warzone 2.0. Who's
Yeah.
ready? No, the game started at 1 p.m.
Oh
that day,
no.
so I did not play that morning.
Damn.
So I have to
Damn.
wait until I get out of work and whatnot. But um,
That
still,
sucks.
yeah. Before getting into the game, though, it's if you're trying to party up with people, it was still buggy. I cannot invite anyone, so we
That
had
sucks.
to work around the thing and invite people through a party chat that you create, and you invite it through there. It's a thing we still got to play together, at least with my cousins. So
That's
we had a
good.
good time overall. It was a great experience. It's a combination of the previous Blackout and Warzone, because there's a few things how you loot and all that stuff, but how it
Hmm.
looks and how the movement feels.
And you get in
The
water?
yes, yep, you can swim, and that's what you used to be able to do in the previous game. You could get into water. There's boats. There's different cars. It's not just three cars, like in the
Right.
previous one. There's a lot going on. Like, it's a big map. You do need to ride cars. You need to transportation to safely get from one place to the other. But overall, even with the bugs, even with the games kind of starting at 120 and then 120 people dropping before it even started, everybody got impatient leaving the game. But overall, the games that we actually got to play in, it was fun and it feels like an improvement. And there's a lot of work to do, obviously. Um,
Right.
but so far, I think they're doing a good job.
I wasn't part of the first Warzone movement when it first came out. I jumped in a little bit after, maybe 2-3 months after it came out. So I mean, it was fairly new, but I feel like it was a better game back then than towards the end. Maybe the last 6 months to a year, because the game was out for about 2 years.
Yeah, in
Um,
2020 is when it came
yeah.
out.
So I think that the first year was a hit, and it dragged people in, and it kept people going for a while. And even though it was trash at the end, there were still people like us that could not step away from this game.
No argument there.
Hopefully, right. So hopefully Warzone 2 does that for us. I hope that it keeps us again for another 2 years before Warzone 3 comes out. But I think that if I don't know where I was going with this is I don't know if in the right when it came out, Warzone had the same issues that Warzone 2 is having.
No, but there's a lot more to this one than before. Like,
It's a bigger game.
it's more it's bigger map. There's more graphics. There is obviously that chat thing that is buggy as hell, but there's more in it. Like it just requires, I guess, more internet. If people don't
Right.
have good internet, it's not gonna be working good.
So the proximity chat, can you talk to them before you kill them, or is it only when after you kill them?
No, you basically, as soon as you get nearby someone, even if they're in a building and you're in another building, you can talk to them. I don't know how close you have to be, but you will start talking to people and say, "Hey, where you at?"
Right.
Like, you can talk.
It can also, if you play it right, you can trick them. You can start saying, "Hey, I'm going up the stairs now," and you appear behind them because they're
Yeah.
expecting you coming
Oh,
up
yeah.
the stairs. So
Yeah.
Well, you can tell them you're friendly too, and a lot of people used to do that. Going up and down, teabagging the floor, I guess.
Right.
But you can actually talk to people now, tell them you're friendly or whatever, and
Right.
do whatever you want. But I actually
it sounds similar to what they do with Escape from Tarkov,
okay, yeah.
because I've seen videos
Yeah.
on that as well.
I talked to someone, they were talking trash, and I got to kill him. And then he was about to get up. He had a self rest, and I was like, "Okay, get up." And then I killed him right before he was about to get up. He's like, "No." he was so frustrated. I love that.
The death comms.
That was
The
my
death
favorite
comms are going to
moment.
be so fucking awesome. It's
Yeah.
going to be
Did
great.
did they implement already there's a gun that you can use to revive your teammates?
Yeah.
Is
they
that
have
already
it.
implemented? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right.
Yeah,
So
I haven't used it though.
so
I grabbed it once, but I was in a solo, so what I
Right.
needed for shoot in the
So,
air, it died, and then come back to me.
I saw a video of it, and it's cool because if you have it on you and you're in the middle of a fight, you can literally just have your teammate hide in a corner and shoot him with that and turn around and keep shooting the other team, and you don't get all fucked up trying to revive your team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you can interrogate your enemies, and it pings them for a little bit after they're down. It only works before they're dead. I saw that. I don't know how true it is. I saw the video of it happening, so I don't know.
I didn't see that or experience that. The
Right.
gulag though, the gulag is two people, so you
Yeah.
partner up with whoever, and then you 2v2, and whoever team wins gets to come back. And then
That's cool that more than a team can come back at the same time.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be your teammate. It actually
Right.
just random people.
Interesting.
And you can still talk to them, which is cool.
That's cool.
Everybody in the gulag is talking.
So, in your professional experience, what kind of rating do you give the release of Warzone 2.0?
Not counting the bugs, to me, it's a solid 8.5 game. Like it's well made.
Right.
Before it gets buggy,
Right.
if that makes sense. Like when it works well. Like the movement is a lot more smooth, and obviously they thought about a lot of things they needed to improve from the previous game, which is why they probably just didn't do like a new map for Warzone. They just left it alone and made a new one because they needed to change the mechanics of the game.
Right. Okay. The mechanics are completely different. There's no slide cancel, so that might be something that they implement after.
You can also customize the whole controller, like whatever button you want, whatever it needs to do, you can change everything. Like you can map it all.
Nice.
So
It sounds like
it's good.
It sounds like they're making some concessions, I suppose. Getting rid of slide canceling has probably pissed a lot of people off. But the ability to fully customize the controls and stuff like that. Well, it took me a while to even learn how to freaking do that. So,
But like, there's
it is
people
what it
that
is.
already figured out how to, because you can edit the controllers, either
Right.
keyboard or mouse, and you can change some settings where it gets up a lot quicker than
Oh yeah.
Right.
the original one.
I mean, being able to like fully edit the controller is definitely something new for console players that they didn't have in previous games. So that's going to be, I think, something that could close the gap between the two, because keyboard and mouse players have always had that. Like, you can change keybinds on your keyboard to whatever the hell you want. And it was a necessity in the previous game because it's like you're having to contort your fucking hand to uncomfortable positions in order to play. And that was pissing me off when I transitioned over to PC. But with
Right.
them allowing that for controllers, that allows people to customize it in the way that's most comfortable for them and gives them a bit more of an advantage, I suppose, over other players. So that skill gap you could see start to close a little bit.
Yeah, there is a
And
dynamic aim assist option that you can add on, so the controllers can actually have more assist um, from that aim thing. And the other thing too with the game, though, it's that there is a I blanked out. Go ahead.
I heard that they were adding a rank mode, or they were adding rank to the
R-
game. That way, it's more evenly matched. So
Yeah,
that
some
the
people like
higher,
ranked stuff.
right? So the higher rank you are, you don't come across someone like me
Well,
or Justin.
no, they always had the skill based gaming. What they're at, like the rank stuff is that you level up, and whoever's on that level, it's who you play against. You can still be shit and be a good level because you play a lot,
Right,
um, and still be not skill based.
right.
So it's good
It's
and it's bad at the same time. Because you
right,
can be a high level and still be shit, and you're going against like some really, really cracked fucking players, and you're getting your ass handed to you, and so you're basically just not able to progress as well. So as much as people bitch about skill-based matchmaking, it sounds like it was a little
It's
better.
needed.
And obviously, I mean, you can see from folks like when you watch some of Tim the Tatman stuff, you can see like skill-based matchmaking. It's easy to manipulate that, whether you're super skilled, but you're finding ways into easier, like full-on bot lobbies, and so you're
Mm-hmm.
cranking out 20-30 kills a game. I've seen videos of that.
yep.
So,
Especially
but for all
VPNs and stuff like that.
right. So, and despite that, I think for all its faults, I think maybe skill-based matchmaking might be better.
Right,
If you
right.
haven't played the Modern Warfare, like the multiplayer stuff, I I think that people are they got into it for sure. Like it's just like a better version than the previous Modern Warfare, which
Hmm.
it is a great improvement. And then there is co-op modes, so we can all play in a mission together. And it's all about time, so you gotta beat the time, and that was fun to play too. Especially if
That
you just
sounds
want to
cool.
change
Right.
from just
Is that going to be
playing
on
against.
Warzone 2 or is that Modern Warfare 2?
That's already Modern Warfare 2. Yep.
I got you.
Yeah.
Listen, Justin looks like he's like, fuck, I didn't want to get this game, but
Yeah, no, I was actually going to say something about that. It's like, I know I'm sounding like a fucking hypocrite considering, but honestly, with everything that they've done, thus far, I'm actually kind of considering it. I'm really kind of
Hey,
considering it,
at
and it
least
makes
Warzone
me
2
sound like
is free.
what now?
are you? He said Warzone 2 is free.
Oh yeah, I know that. I'm talking
Right.
about
So,
like
but
with all this stuff for Modern Warfare 2.
right.
Yeah.
So on your case, Justin, are you going to be allowed to play it?
I'd have to look into that because at this point, I'm pretty sure they only banned me on Warzone and the original Modern Warfare. So I
Gotcha.
should be able. If I decide to play it, I should be able to just buy it and play online with you guys.
Right. Maybe you should download. Well, you won't probably have an issue with buying the game and playing Modern Warfare 2 or the multiplayer, but try downloading Warzone 2 and seeing if you're able to get into it before you do anything else. It's like Yadi said, it's free. So
Right.
Hey, the good side of thing is like not everybody gets to say I got banned from being a good player.
that's still a touchy situation. That's like,
It's fucking dumb.
that his Doctor Strange?
I basically got, no, it's
yeah, that's like Doctor Strange situation.
yeah, no, it's fucking dumb because I happened to get lucky against a player that was probably or most likely more skilled than me and was just salty at the fact that they lost. And so it's like, you know what? That's just the way that, you roll the dice every time you encounter a player, he might be better than you and you might just get lucky, and all it takes is that one well-placed shot.
Right.
So
Yeah.
what else can I say?
Well.
Yeah.
Oh well. So steering off a little bit, staying on the video game. Pokemon Scarlet and what's the other one called?
Violet.
Violet. They come out tonight.
Yep.
I get mine tomorrow.
Yep. I see Chris Yob on the chat said that he is
going to the midnight release.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's exciting. I see Scott said that is him under the Known and Friends podcast. He said yes,
nice.
it's Scott. I'm like, okay, sounds good.
Hi, Scott.
For those that don't know, the two on the chat right now that are talking to us are Chris Yob and Scott Maffei. They are from the No New Friends podcast. You should check them out. They are a adulting podcast. All failures, wins, funny moments, anything that adults they all think about but don't talk about, they talk about it. So if you guys want to check them out on Spotify. No New Friends podcast. They're amazing.
The podcast for adults who like to laugh at adulting.
Exactly. I couldn't have said it better.
Hey nerds, this is Scott from the No New Friends podcast, the podcast for adults who like to laugh at adulting. We are streaming every Sunday night, 7 p.m. at all major podcasting platforms. You can also check us out, nonewfriendspodcast.com. We also have a Twitch, NNF podcast. Check us out, follow us there. We do gaming, we live stream episodes, we do all sorts of fun stuff. So check us out, nonewfriendspodcast.com.
So steering off a little bit from the video game, there's a rumor that Owen Wilson would be reprising his role as Mobius, not Morbius, Mobius from Loki in Deadpool 3. Which means, if that is correct, there's a bunch of rumors out there, but if that is correct, that means that this is going to be a multiverse movie. The reason I say that is because I saw rumors of, and I keep saying the word rumors because I don't know if they're true.
Allegedly.
This isn't
allegedly
confirmed yet.
Right.
If you hear allegedly, if you hear allegedly or reportedly, don't take it as fact until Marvel Studios or one of their representatives confirms it themselves.
Right. Our sources, they come from Facebook. Pretty much. So rumors that Secret Wars, there's a scene that they're planning that is going to be a portal scene like Endgame, but it's not just going to be on Earth. It's going to be in different universes, and we're going to see all of the Marvel universes coming in, which is very close to the comic book story, which is probably where the rumor is coming from. It'd be cool to see. Also, Deadpool 3. Everything that's going to happen on Deadpool 3, it will be leading to Secret Wars. So take that with a grain of salt. I'm very excited for that movie, and we talked about it before. We have a whole episode about this, and we talk about Deadpool and Wolverine. We talk about Wolverine and Deadpool. We talk about Logan and Wade Wilson, and the list goes on.
Oh yeah.
It's an inside joke from that episode. So yeah.
Go back and
Go
watch
check
that
it out.
episode if you haven't already.
Yep. So with that being said, I also saw something about this is actually confirmed. Tom Holland reportedly returning as Spider-Man in a new trilogy.
I thought it was 6 films.
The rumor, well, he signed for 6 films, but
6
he's
appearances,
returning.
definitely, but 3 of his own.
He's
Okay.
correct. One of which,
Reach?
yeah, one of which will be rumor. It's going to be the Daredevil Born Again, and apparently, Spider-Man 4 will take place right after Born Again. So that'd be cool. We can't wait also to see Venom and Tom Holland Spider-Man. And the reason they need to do that is because the Spider-Man that we see in the comic books for Secret Wars is the black suit Spider-Man, which is the Venom Spider-Man. Just take that how it is.
Ooh, ah.
I'm hoping that it happens that way. It should.
We've had
they need to go to back to basic with the comics, and I think they're going that direction. So
I agree. I agree. I think that that they should, like you said, that they should stay or go back to the comic book stories. It's fine if you guys want to mix that a little bit. It's fine. We've seen it happen, and it has been successful.
They had to change it in the recent movie, the little movie Wakanda Forever. So they did change. They had to change it on that one, and it was still good.
So I know that Lola wants to talk about this. Now that you mentioned Wakanda Forever, there's one thing that we didn't talk about in our review, which was Baby T'Challa.
Baby T'Challa.
Oh yeah.
So for those that haven't seen it, sorry, spoilers.
Again.
Cover your ears.
Yep. T'Challa has a kid, and his name is T'Challa, son of T'Challa.
Yeah.
Second of his name.
Yep.
Hey.
The theory is that they pretty much recasted T'Challa as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
That way, they can go back to it and they can bring him back.
Name. Yeah.
They can reuse the name, which means that there's still a possibility that he can meet Storm and marry Storm.
So excited about
if
that.
If they were to introduce a younger version of Storm, then we're able to see a jump in years, and they do the whole story, which is a big story in the comic books. I was gonna say I don't understand why, but I do understand why. They didn't have the rights for Storm, so they couldn't use her.
Question: don't T'Challa and Storm grow up together in the comics?
Yes, in Wakanda.
That's pretty fucking dope.
Yeah, and
he's in Haiti.
In Haiti.
Yes.
He is in Haiti, so maybe he'll go back. We'll see.
It sounds like he's going to make his way back there for the next movie.
Yeah.
Right.
So it makes sense. So it makes sense to a point why they haven't introduced any of the X-Men just yet.
So
right.
It does.
Backtracking just a tiny bit. That moment when they bring him out, if you feel like that relief that Shuri is not alone, because she is, and that was a heartwarming moment for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she lost all of her family, but turns out she didn't. Plot twist.
Right. Right. So I think that it felt like she got her brother back.
Mm-hmm.
In a sense, you can see how happy she is.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yes.
So that's very empowering.
Yeah.
She got
and
a little piece
also
of herself back in that moment.
Yep, she did. So, moving on from Wakanda Forever, as we spent a whole episode talking about Wakanda Forever.
Yeah,
But it's so good.
I know.
no doubt.
All right, so now moving on to something a little bit more serious. The nerd world lost a great part of us. Batman lost his voice. Kevin Conroy, the voice of the animated Batman.
The voice
He
acting
voiced,
legend.
yes, he voiced Batman alongside Mark Hamill voicing the Joker in the Batman animated series in the 90s and all the Arkham games. Pretty much anything that Mark Hamill did as the Joker, Kevin Conroy did as Batman. And he is the only voice that is used for Batman when it comes to, officially, when it comes to any DC animated. It's
Not not the only, but he's been the most prominent. Like he has
Right.
been and he's been doing it for over 20 years, and there have been other like series that obviously they haven't really been as successful, because people know him as the voice of Batman.
right,
It makes sense. They go together.
right. It's was he in? I think he was. I think he was in Crisis of Infinite Earth.
Hmm.
He did a cameo as Bruce Wayne.
He looked like the what's the name of that character in Spider-Man? The Vulture.
He did. He did, which is funny because it's played by a Batman.
Right.
Yep.
So, so yes, sad for the nerd world. A lot of people, especially Mark Hamill, has been posting since his death about him. So, I saw one of the, I don't want to call it meme because memes tend to be funny, but it was a meme of one of the memes that I saw was the Joker holding Batman's cape. And the Joker was crying and said, "Goodbye, old friend."
Oh yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
posted
easy.
that on the group chat, on the Facebook group. That one hit hard.
Yes.
That one hit hard. Because seeing the Joker like that is like, goddamn.
It's
I
real.
saw another one that is from a scene from a comic book, and Batman is sad and he hands Commissioner Gordon a paper, and Commissioner Gordon reads it, and Commissioner Gordon, before he reads it, he says, You're normally quiet, but you're more quiet than normal." And he reads it and he says, "I'm sorry, I lost my voice."
Man.
And he swings away on his little bat claw. And Commissioner Gordon says, "I'm so sorry for your loss." And Batman says, "Me too." Well, it says in a thought bubble, "Me too," because he can't speak anymore. That one hit hard too. So,
No doubt.
all right, let's move on from this, as we want to make sure we bring good news. This just needed to be touched on.
Is this like our grief episode?
It is.
Part of it.
It is
Okay.
because we
Just making sure.
our last episode was about Wakanda.
Also sad, which is why I'm asking.
Also sad. So yeah. Okay.
Cool. Okay. Wish I had
Cool,
known.
Yeah, I wish we would have known first. Okay, so before we started recording, I brought up that Daniel Kaluuya, which plays Okoye's husband in the first Black Panther, he will be playing Spider-Punk in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be fun. He's a great actor. I don't know how he's going to do with voice acting, but I know that he's a great actor. Also, Marvel and EA signed a 3-game deal starting with an Iron Man video game, and it's going to be open world.
Ooh,
yeah.
Ooh.
Yep. So that one's exciting.
that one's gonna be good, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Flying around, blasting everything. Yeah.
That's the plan. That's the plan. Also, season 5 of Stranger Things is coming out in 2024.
Yay.
Do they
Are
have
they
an exact
filming that
release
yet?
date?
It's going to be in the beginning of 2024.
They're going to film it in Atlanta, and the actor that's going to play in Thunderbolts and Stranger Things is going to be filming them at the same time.
Oh, David Harbour. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that
Yeah.
today.
Interesting.
What's his character name in the... Oh, my God. In Marvel.
Red Guardian, I think.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
yeah.
shit!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny
Alright.
because when the last episode of, I think it was season 3 came out, it was when they announced Black Widow, and he was dressed exactly the same because he was in a Russian gulag.
Yep.
For both.
That's
Damn.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. And then season 4, David Harbour, he got ripped for season 4.
Dude.
It's funny because season 1 he was skinny, and then season 2 he's starting to show that he was gaining weight, and then season 3 he was huge, and then season 4 came out. Boom.
You know what the
Ripped.
thing is though? Like his head stays the same.
Yeah, it's funny. If they show him from here up, he looks fat.
He looks fat, and then it turns out he's like 6-pack. I was like, what the fuck?
Because in season 4, sorry, Justin, this is no spoiler. But
That's
in
fine.
season 4, like you said, he's in a Russian gulag, and he's got a lot of clothes on him,
Yeah,
so he still looks the same. And I think that was on purpose
I think so
to
too.
show after how he really was. I'm like, God damn, dude,
Yeah.
you
It's
got
funny.
there.
It's funny though because he explains he's like, I've been eating soup and bread for the past few years, or for the past year.
Damn.
I'm starving.
I'm assuming, Justin, that you haven't started watching it yet.
Not yet. Not yet. I need to. I mean, there's so much. There's so much shit that I need to catch up on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tear my way through Clone Wars right now.
Ooh,
The
are
good
you
thing-
liking it?
I'm actually liking it pretty well. I mean,
That's
as
awesome.
I figured I would. I'm about, from what I'm able to watch so far, I think I'm only like 7 or 8 episodes into the first season. But yeah,
Oh yeah. And
That's awesome.
when you watch the Tales of a Jedi,
Ooh,
I've already watched those.
they're made by the same animators.
Yup.
So
I'm assuming
it has
everybody
the-
here's watched that full series.
I have.
No.
Yeah.
Damn you. All right, you know what? Fuck it. There's one episode. I'm not going to spoil the whole thing, but the voice
Oh, I don't
actors,
mind.
the fact that they got freaking Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon in that episode,
Yeah.
I was so
I
happy.
know.
Yeah,
I know.
pretty much, yeah.
It was great
And
because
Ian
I
McDermott-
heard him. I heard him, and I'm like,
Yeah, I'm like, that sounds familiar. And then it
that sounds just like him.
clicked. It clicked. And I'm like, dude. And then just to be sure, looking at the credits, Ian McDermott, Liam Neeson, I'm like, fucking hell yes.
I looked it up. I couldn't wait for the credits.
I waited until the credits because I didn't want it to, take me out of the moment. Because I sat there and watched every single episode back to back to back to back.
Yeah, I watched the first 2 episodes, and then I had to go pick up my daughters in school. So I stopped
Didn't
it
he
right
say,
there.
I will find you and I will kill you? No.
No.
You would have known if he said it, though.
Yeah, but he didn't.
Nah.
The first episode, he's actually young.
Mhm.
And you kind of think it's him, but they don't tell you it's him until like almost the episode's being over.
So he plays a younger voice of himself?
There's multiple episodes where he's on, and each episode I thought they were different stories, but they actually follow each other. It's a continuation, but years apart.
Pretty much.
It's pretty much the story of Count Dooku and how he became Count Dooku, because he was Master Dooku.
Yep.
Because he was
Taking dookies all over the place.
he was taking Dookies all over the place.
You get to see him without a beard, which is unusual.
Yeah.
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 Also, do you guys notice the same thing as with every other Jedi that ends up on the dark side? He's just worried about something. Nobody talks to him, and then he ends up on the fucking dark side.
It's funny because the episode that turns him, it's more of a rebellion that is happening,
Mm-hmm.
and they tell him what their thought process is, and he's like, "Shit, that makes sense,"
Yeah.
and that's
But
what
they still wouldn't do anything, which which then makes no sense. But that at the end of it all, like Yaddle was the only one that gave a shit.
Yep.
right.
Because right up until the end, Yadi was the only one who cared up until the end, right before his untimely death.
Yeah, that was very sad.
Yeah,
Sorry, brother. No, that's what I'm saying. She was trying to save him right up until the end.
Mm-hmm.
did you notice that she doesn't speak backwards?
Oh yeah.
That's just Yoda.
Oh yeah. Well,
It threw me off.
Well, that was because,
What?
and that's the thing, though. And what I'm pretty sure, Lewis, I know you know about this, but because that was basically the reason Yoda speaks the way he does is that was in homage to his master, the one who trained him.
Right.
Ah,
So,
everything
yeah,
certainly
I
makes
knew
sense now.
that.
Literally, no one else from his species speaks like that.
Right, but I knew that. But seeing Yadi look just like a female version of Yoda,
Yeah.
you expect her to talk like that.
Uh-huh.
Not that she should, it's that you expect her to talk like
Oh yeah, because they look
And when
so
she didn't,
similar.
it just
Question then,
threw
if
you off
it's
a
on
little bit.
Yoda got dropped as a kid, and now he speaks back.
that's what I thought.
It's all the flips.
Somebody would drop
It's all them
Grogu-
flips.
Grogu would hard because he doesn't even speak.
Yeah, he's 50 and he doesn't talk.
Yeah.
It sounds like they develop a lot slower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh, yeah,
Yoda
he-
needs to be 2,000 years old to speak normal.
Do you think he's baby talking throughout the entire
Yeah.
series?
He's translating his brain from his own language. You know how Hispanics do?
Yeah.
We put the adjectives before and where it's supposed to be after. That's what he's doing.
Question: what species is? We're talking.
What species are you?
What species is Yoda's master? Flawless. See that? That's how you sentence.
Flawless. And you know I'm going to leave this part in.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter anyway. We're fucking live, so there you go.
Right.
Yeah. Fun times, guys.
No, of course.
Nerds don't words good. We've established this before.
Yep.
So what were you going to say, Justin?
I wasn't going to say anything. I'm trying to.
I thought you had an
trying
answer to the question.
Well, no, I was trying to think of an answer to her question because I've seen the video that explains all that, and I
thought you were going to talk like Yoda. You made that sound, and I thought you were.
Sounded I did.
That's so good.
Away, put your weapon. I mean you no harm.
Is that what it says? Hilsarian is the species of his master?
What is
Did
it?
you not know? Or
I did.
Hilsarian.
Hilsarian?
Yeah. It was Encata del Gormo. That's what my
you call
intro
me?
is telling me.
What did you say about my mother? Oh, fuck.
A force-sensitive Hilsarian. Whatever that means.
We also get to see a baby Ahsoka.
Oh, she's so cute. Very adorable.
And that saber-tooth tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I
like,
thought those
I have
pictures.
no idea.
I thought the pictures from the poster of the show, it was Ahsoka's baby. You said you saw Ahsoka as a baby.
Yeah,
it's
that was
Ahsoka as a
Ahsoka. In the
baby.
first episode, the second episode, or first.
I think it's the first episode.
One or two. It's Ahsoka as a baby.
Yeah.
No. That was episode 4 or 5 that shows her as a baby.
Ahsoka as a baby? I thought it was one of the...
Well, because the
Earlier
first
ones.
three... The first... Give me a second here. Intern Steve is on the case.
It's the first episode because it's life and death.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Come on, guys, get it together. I thought we knew this.
We know nothing, Yeti. We know nothing.
Nothing
Everything
at
we're
all.
making up on the spot.
We're all Jon Snow.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
we get to see from Count Dooku's perspective the death of
Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon.
Dude, that was fucking sad.
Yes.
Fucking sad. But also, I'm so glad that, like, it wasn't just Obi-Wan mourning Qui-Gon.
Mm-hmm. So when Count Dooku talks to this rebel, and he starts thinking how bad the Jedi is. I think the whole death of Qui-Gon was to push him over the edge.
Mm-hmm.
It was part of the plan.
Part of the master plan.
Yeah, that's why it needed to happen for him to turn completely.
Mm.
So it's
That's interesting. Kind of the
it
same
was
thing
sad.
with Vader.
Well, yes, because and what makes me think about that is because the first thing that he does after Qui-Gon dies is he goes to the Emperor
Yeah.
to confront him about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he pretty much tells him the exact same thing he told Anakin
Yeah.
when he had Count Dooku on his knees and then killed him.
Also fucked
Except for
up.
the do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Oh, Annie.
That sounded creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
man.
that was intended.
No, I think, the whole thing was a big part of Sidious's plan because he knew about Anakin from a while ago because they say, I think this might be a part of Legends content, which isn't canon, unfortunately, but
Right.
due to like Plagueis's experiments with the Force and the midichlorians and all that stuff, and the Force responded by creating Anakin, and him actually visiting Anakin, like seeing the visions that he saw of Anakin's future. It was that was one of the few things that actually scared him, and so that was part of Plagueis's plan because he was still alive at that point during the Phantom Menace, and he thought by killing Qui-Gon and not, allowing Anakin to get trained, it would prevent, because he saw the vision of a black armor-clad Sith user, and that scared him for whatever reason.
Right.
But so he thought that would prevent all that, not realizing that he in fact set all that in motion by playing it out that way.
Right. And not only that, but Plagueis got killed by Sidious, and
Yep.
even though that he was just the most powerful Darth Lord, was scared of dying, even though that he could cheat death. And he got killed by his own apprentice, and then Sidious got killed by his own apprentice.
Oh yeah.
To a point.
Very poetic.
So it's fun.
Also, we haven't talked about how Mace Windu, motherfucker, benefit from Count Dooku's, what's it called?
Actions,
Actions. Yeah.
rebellion.
Don't like Mace Windu. He's a little bitch. Always angry, always self-righteous, and then I
Well,
followed the
technically, he didn't know.
rules.
Although he didn't turn it down, but he still didn't know until it came back.
Right, but why so smug? I followed the rules, so I get it. Bitch, shut the fuck up.
Tell us how you really feel.
I don't like him.
Don't censor yourself.
I don't like him. He's
Hurt. Let's just leave it at that.
well, he's very like what the Jedi Order wants to have, and it's like somebody that doesn't follow rules, somebody that doesn't question, somebody. How do you uphold peace if you're not questioning? Peacekeepers, Jedis. Make it
Jedi.
make sense.
There's no.
Yeah.
Okay. Make it make
the
sense.
Jedi is rule.
Oh my god, I'm gonna.
All right. Well, there's one line that this rebel says to what's it? Dooku. He says that the Jedi are supposed to keep peace, but they follow the Senate as its law.
Yep.
And even though it could still be wrong, you're following what they're saying. You're not doing what you think it's right. You just choosing a side,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it.
Hence, how do you uphold the peace if you're not questioning where the peace is or how to get to the peace?
Which they actually show Dooku doing that when they're in that farm.
Mm-hmm.
God, he's like, motherfucker, you guys are just telling me the whole fucking show.
Oh, I look like I'm paying attention, guys, but I am not.
Tune the fuck out.
Yeah.
It's going over my head, so.
Me at the beginning of the episode.
No, but Tale of the Jedi was good.
It really was.
That's my conclusion.
Also,
conclusion.
What
last
is your ratings,
episode,
guys?
I was gonna ask.
I figure I'll say something.
Yes. I was gonna ask. What were you gonna say, Lola, before we give our rating?
No, the last episode, it was a little bit disappointing. That's the only one that I found disappointing because the last episode is based on the Ahsoka book, and I wasn't expecting it to be followed completely
To the book.
But the order of things were a little bit wrong, and also the way that the ending happens, it's a little bit more complex. That's all I'm going to say, so I don't keep spoiling it for Chatty.
It's
good.
You can only get so much in a
15-minute episode. Yes, I'm aware.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we got what we got, and they had to brush it.
Yeah.
Yeah, asking for too much.
Yeah, and before you say what you're going to say, Justin, this is for the fans out there that get butthurt about this, and we've said it before. There's only so much time.
Yeah.
In a 2-hour movie or a 15-minute episode to cram all the information. So that's why they are, when you see movies or characters or shows, they say based on this character from Marvel or based on a story from Star Wars or something like that. It's not completely to the T. It's just based on it.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
It's like when they say based on true events. It's not really all true events. It could be that in this story, someone actually wore a red shirt, and then someone in the movie wore a red shirt, but everything else is fake. I know it sounds stupid, but do you know what
It's not.
What I mean by that?
It's not 100% true to the events because it's like you can't really be because it wouldn't necessarily make for a good movie or a good series. You have to embellish somewhat in order to make it compelling enough for people to want to watch.
Right.
So
it's also a point of view of somebody.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So.
If I remember correctly, also this Tales of the Jedi series actually retcons. If I remember, there was a book. There was a Count Dooku book that was released. Was it earlier this year or last year? And in that book, if I remember correctly, Dooku was actually a member of the council, but in this series,
he's not.
Which is canon, he's not. He wasn't.
It's funny.
I'd have to look into that a bit more, but
it's like Anakin. They made him master, but not part of the council.
How can I be master?
You got it opposite.
Yeah,
he was on the council, but he wasn't made a master.
Council, but not a master. How can I be on the council and not be a master?
But then they give him a Padawan.
Right.
With Ahsoka.
He should
He
have
was a
been like, "That's way
semi-master.
above my pay grade, bro."
Well, because he was a I mean, he was a Jedi Knight. Like
Right.
Jedi Knights have Padawans. There's no doubt about that. Because episode 2, Obi-Wan was still a Jedi Knight. After the events of the Clone Wars, they promoted him and put him on the council. And he was worried about his responsibilities of being a master and being on the council and things like that, but he wound up growing into that.
Right.
Hello there.
General
timing.
Kenobi.
Yes, beat me to it.
All right. So, rating for Tales of the Jedi. Justin, go for it.
I want to say 8.5. Definitely
I give it
a
an
good
8.3.
series.
Yeah, it's like you said, good series. I wish they would have
Episode
had
length.
done short episodes.
Yeah, episode length was a big knock, I think, against that. And like you were saying, Lola, to a point, if you're gonna take some ideas from the book, kind of, I think the episode length kind of tied into that, so that
Yeah.
really just kind of made it that much more difficult to make it make sense.
Right.
So-
My thing with it is that whole fight at the end. That's how she gets her white lightsabers.
Yep.
Didn't do anything
Right.
with that, and that's Ahsoka is known for the white lightsabers. So at the very least, we could
yeah.
have shown that.
Right.
So that's what I meant more so with the being disappointed with the episode being that it's based on her. And yes, it is based on her, but there was important parts to who she is currently, not back when
Right.
the Clone Wars were happening.
So, touching on that a bit more, actually, let me wait a second. So your so based on all that, what's your rating?
Not counting the Ahsoka episode, I would say like an
Count everything.
8.59. Counting the
No,
Ahsoka
count everything.
episode, I would give it like a 7.5 just for that one episode.
There you go.
Like I said,
Okay.
there's two main things that happen in that book that make Ahsoka be Ahsoka as she is right now. Those didn't happen. So it's a bit disappointing.
It felt rushed, but
Yeah.
yeah, no. So touching on that a bit more for those that aren't aware of that, after she abandons her lightsabers after Anakin's fall and all that, she, I guess, decides to take up the fight again and goes looking for new crystals for her lightsabers. And so she goes at first to Ilum to find kyber crystals, and then that's overrun by the Empire. So she's shit out of luck there. And then I guess there's I don't know if you want to call it a vergence in the Force. So like she hears kyber crystals calling to her or something like that, like a song. And then she goes,
Sort of, yeah.
yes, and that's where she finds the Inquisitor and realizes that it's the kyber crystals within his lightsaber that are the ones calling to her. And so she winds up killing him, taking those crystals and then purifying them into what becomes her white kyber crystals.
Right.
Right. I'm going to interrupt real quick. For
go
those
ahead.
that don't know, Yadi's playing Warzone right now. He's not listening. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I was actually listening. Now I forgot what he said because you talked to me.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I was about to say, damn, got called out.
I can see it on our Discord chat. It says that he's playing Warzone 2.0.
I wish.
Just kidding. He's not. He's not.
You know what? Actually, you know what I was thinking of is that he said a word that sounded like a virgin, and I was like, "Did he say a virgin, or what did he say?" And I just kept thinking of that. So, if anybody else heard it, then just comment down below because that's what I heard. But
All right, Justin, do you have anything else on that?
No, I'm pretty good. I just wanted to go into a bit more detail on that for the viewers
Yeah.
who
was
might not
actually-
know about how she got her white lightsabers.
I was
Yeah.
actually thinking of like the things that you wanted to see about Ahsoka that might come in the Ahsoka show coming.
Right.
Oh,
You see, I was paying
true.
attention.
Are they?
That's memories.
Are they gonna go back to?
They're gonna do memories because
They're gonna do memories? Okay.
Hayden Christensen signed to do parts in that movie or in that
Yep.
show. And
The movie show.
we might see him as Darth Vader, but we're definitely gonna see him as Anakin.
Thank God. I've been dying to see a live action like Hayden Christensen and Rosario Dawson, or probably not Rosario Dawson because she's full grown, but you know,
Well, they can do some CGI and
they probably can,
de-aging.
but yeah.
It's not like she looks that old anyway.
No, but you gotta remember Ahsoka and Anakin got paired together when she was 14, so
Right.
it's quite a bit.
You can
of
just put her
age
face
regression.
on a 14-year-old.
Yeah,
I mean, they can do that. I mean, consider
They
what
could.
they did with Steve Rogers in Captain America.
that
There
teeny
you go.
tiny guy.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
and the
All right.
and the Rock in Black Adam.
Oh yeah,
And
true.
Luke Skywalker in The Mandalorian.
That also.
Or The Rock with in that movie with Kevin Hart that he's a CIA agent. They put his face on a
Central Intelligence.
in Central Intelligence on a big teenager.
That looked
No.
awful.
Yeah, I know.
I've seen clips of that, but I haven't seen the actual movie itself.
Damn.
The movie's good. It's
Yeah.
funny.
It's just that part that the CGI was not at
Yeah.
his favor.
It also, it was a very short part of the movie, so it's,
It was funny though.
yeah. All right. So with that being said, you guys have anything else?
Nope.
Nope.
Nah.
Nope. Sounds good.
Well, good.
Okay. All right. With that being said, thank you guys for joining us tonight. If you were watching us live, we are going to maybe do this every week. We haven't decided yet. This was something that I threw in together just to see. It was a test, and it kind of worked out. So it worked out. So make sure you check us out on YouTube, the Nerd Archive. Is it under productions or podcast?
Yep.
I can't remember. Yep. I asked you
Productions.
2 questions. Okay.
Super solid.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. The Nerd Archive production on YouTube. Make sure you follow us on all our social media. If you want to find them all, they're going to be in the description down below. If not, just find us on Linktree. Linktree.
That
Linktree.ee.
link. Just put that one in the
/
description.
Nerd Archive Productions. Yeah,
link
that
thing.
one's going to be there.
Pretty much.
In the
And
link.
then
All
that'll
right.
take you wherever
Yeah,
you
it's
need
in
to
the
go.
link.
Click on the things.
You're all talking
Link
at the
all
same
things.
time.
Don't worry about it.
I love it.
It's all good.
That's going to be fantastic.
Click all the things.
All right. Yep. All right, guys. You guys are fantastic. And always remember, stay nerdy, be yourself, never change. See you guys on the next. Peace.
Bye.